Don't trust chemistry. Chemistry's great. We all love it. Feels good. Feels great to be excited about someone. Get that spark across the room. Movies are full of it. Movies are telling us that that's what it's all about. Has anybody had the experience where you had that initial chemistry with somebody and then a few months later you're going, what was I thinking? Okay, so that electrical chemistry can be a good sign. It's certainly fun. It also could mean, this was my worst nightmare. There is a psychologist, do you know him, Doug? Terry Gorski? He's a chemical dependency counselor. He writes about the problems with addiction, and love addiction is one of the things. And he says, if you see that stranger across the room and you start getting on fire, turn around and run out of that room as fast as you can. Fast as you can, because that's your worst nightmare. Because often what that is unresolved attraction toward parents from the past. If you came from a family where your family was so healthy and you didn't get any stuff from them and you guys just always lived happily ever after, that might be a great sign that this person looks like mom and dad. But most of us came from a little bit more challenging background and we have things to work out still from our childhood. An example of this that everyone pretty much knows is that someone who has been abused in childhood often attracts partners that abuse them. And we're like, why would they stay with that person? Anybody have a friend you're like, why are they staying with that person? Does anybody not have a friend like that? They're still trying to work out some unresolved business from the past, and therapists such as Doug and myself and any other therapists in the room, we make our living partly helping people unhook those places where they're still stuck to patterns that are painful and not very healthy. So a lot of us needed to do some work. I needed to do quite a bit of work of unhooking that. For me, my special thing was, suddenly it was very mysterious how I'd meet really nice men and then suddenly, after a while, they'd start being verbally abusive like my father. How did that happen? Right? It didn't seem like that, but you have to unhook those things. So sometimes that initial chemistry is letting us know that that's that pattern. That's that pattern. Also, initial chemistry also means this person looks, talks, and squawks pretty close to a movie star. Because we're all being told what attractive looks like in a much narrower way than we used to. And so when we meet this person that looks, talks, and squawks like what we've been told is the ideal mate, we go, oh, that one. I want that one. That's the one I've been looking for. I've been told since childhood that that's what he or she looks like. That's the one I want. Okay? So there's this vibrational kind of chemistry, there's physical chemistry, there's emotional chemistry, there's probably some kind of spiritual chemistry, past lives. Okay? So I'm not saying not to enjoy chemistry. I'm not saying that it's not real. I'm saying we're old enough now, we need to keep our heads about us. We need to wait at least 3 months to see whether, they say after 3 months the other shoe drops. We need to wait at least 3 months to see if this person is insane or not. So
We'll make you insane.
Mm-hmm. Or we'll make you insane, or in a mutual insane asylum or something. So most people, when they, a lot of people will say this on the dating sites, what are you looking for? Chemistry. What are you looking for? Chemistry. I don't feel the chemistry. That could be a good sign.
Yeah.
That could be a very good sign. The person you're initially attracted to may or may not be the person that's going to be good for you. So enjoy it. Don't at all stop that process. Get high on it. And treat it like a glass of wine. It's fun. It's great. I'm not going to live my life that way. I'm going to remember to look for kindness above chemistry. You need to be in the driver's seat of your love life.
Whoop. I got behind, sorry guys.
So a lot of people are online lot of dating coaches, a lot of movies, especially movies, romance novels, guys' version of romance novels, are promoting the idea that this all happens magically. And it's not going to take any effort. And I shouldn't have to work at this. I shouldn't have to put in time. I should just magically go out and somebody should be attracted to me and we should fall in love and live happily ever after. And it's actually, I think nobody in here is 20, right? It's going to take some work.
Times 3.
Times 3? Okay, it's going to take some work. It's going to take the actual time to go out and meet people where it doesn't work out. Someone in the last talk was talking about they felt that was a waste of time to be dating people where it didn't work out. And it can feel like that. It's just a waste of my time. It's going to take that. It's probably going to take an attitude shift and take time to be meeting people, having relationships with people. And also taking a look at your own self and what's in your way of finding love. What is it about me that's not open to love? What is it about me that can't find someone? What is it about me that isn't willing to put out this effort? What is it about me that's still believing in this fairy tale myth? My spiritual teacher Osho says you really have to grow yourself up to not be in adolescent fantasies about love, male and female love. And I could really see that I was clinging to a lot of adolescent ideas about being swept away and, guys are these big, strong things that don't have any feelings and all this sort of nonsense. So it takes being in the driver's seat and deciding how much effort you're going to put in, what books you're going to read. I got a coach, which was the reason I was successful and worked on myself, got into therapy. We're going to talk more about all this in a little bit, but it's like, what do you need to do to drive your love life forward? Because waiting isn't working. Once in a while, people accidentally meet each other in the elevator. Yes, it happens once in a while, but I wouldn't count on it. It was not happening for me. I have met people, I told this last time also, I met this woman at a party, she was in her 70s. She said she's still waiting for it to happen. I said, how's that gonna happen? She got really mad, and I found out from my friend who held the party that she's still mad at me for asking that question. So how is that gonna happen? You have to be in the driver's seat, okay? You have to make it happen. All right. Now, the title that they gave me to speak on was 10 Crucial Dating Tips You Need to Meet Your Match. So I really geared this towards not just the people who want to go out and have fun dating, because I had fun dating for a while. I wasn't actually looking to meet anybody. And when you want to meet somebody, there's a change. You're nodding your head, you know about that?
No, I want quality.
Yeah, okay, so, well, I think the guys that I were having fun with were quality also. I wouldn't say that, but it's like when you start looking for someone, you're focusing more on kindness, quality, and people capable of commitment. You're not just out playing games and seeing how fun they are and so on. So when you want to start having a relationship that's going to work, you have to start learning how to tell the truth. You have to start learning how to be a truth teller. Now, conventional dating is not about telling the truth at all. Anybody here ever lied about their age? Come on. Everybody lies about their age. Any guys ever lied about their height? No, you guys are all really tall. So there's an inherent bias, asking people to lie, asking people to, there's nothing wrong with social niceties in little white lies of the social world. Social world demands little niceties. You know what I'm talking about? Do I look fat in this? You look great. It's kinder in the long run than yes, you look fat, right? Or whatever. But what we're talking about is starting to be a person who tells the truth, because if you're looking for someone where it's going to work, and you want that kind of chemistry that you're talking about where things flow and it's like becomes like your best friend that you have sex with, you're going to want to be able to have complete honesty with this person. You're going to want them to be completely honest with you. And you can't ask that of someone if you're not doing it yourself. And that is really vulnerable and scary. So why not start practicing now? Why not start practicing now, even on your dates? Try telling them that you're like a complete freak for Star Trek or whatever. Start practicing on your dates now, being this kind of person who lives in total honesty. It's very, very radical. It's not conventional dating world advice at all. But do you want that kind of relationship? Do you want to attract that kind of person? Usually we have a best friend that we can tell everything to. Start doing that with men and women. Guys are scared, women are scared, everyone you meet when you're dating is scared. This doesn't look like that. It doesn't look like that when you're dating. Everyone looks like they're cool and together, but everyone's scared. Start with that. Feeling a little scared, this is weird for me. My coach used to say, I used to go in and go, oh man, I was just made a fool out of myself. I said this stupidest thing. He'd say, share that. Wow, I just feel like I made a fool out of myself when I said that. It's very vulnerable and engaging. If it's the wrong person, they won't want to see you again, but you've practiced being radically honest. You have practiced that and you have grown in that ability to, with a man or woman, share what's really going on with you. You know, I'm feeling like, I don't know, anything that you're feeling in that moment. I'm feeling really nervous. He told me that one time he even said to someone, you know, what is it about you? I just feel so nervous with you. Why not? We're practicing speaking the truth because that's the kind of relationship we want to be in. So when you're ready to meet your match, you're ready to stop playing, it's time to start getting honest. I alluded before to have you done your work. Have you done your work? Have you cleaned out your baggage? A lot of people on dating sites say, I want somebody with no baggage, and another dating coach and I were laughing. Good luck.
It's a finger.
Good luck finding somebody with no baggage. But we can do our best to clean up our own baggage, and we need to if we're going to attract somebody that we really want to be with. And you know what it is. And if you really want to meet someone, this again is being in the driver's seat of your own love life and really getting ready to be your best mate, be your best self. Because you're going to attract somebody the same frequency as you. Do you want someone who's the same frequency as you, or do you want someone who's better than you? It's not going to happen. You're going to get someone that's your same frequency. So you may need to raise your own frequency. That's why I said you want to dress better for yourself. You want to finish working out your father issues. You want to finish getting over that traumatic thing that happened to you when you were a kid. You need to stop that addictive behavior. Whatever it is that you don't want to be taking into that relationship, whatever you want the other person to mirror you, get it done now. Do your work. If you're out dating, it doesn't matter. If you're ready to meet your match, which is what they asked me to talk about, it does matter a lot. It does matter a lot. Then if you don't have any baggage, then you can ask for somebody with no baggage, if that exists. Okay? So if you really, the dating tip is really, if you are ready to meet somebody, if you're getting ready, do your work. Okay?
I have a question though. Because I noticed that my frequency has changed 2 years. Like it's been changing, and so like when you say working yourself, I feel like it's a constant everyday process. And so what if it's just to meet someone who actually want to change as you do and be for the better? Because like I've been changing.
Some of us are on personal growth paths and we're going to always be changing.
Yeah.
Okay? And people like this usually want to meet each other. Okay? So people who are on a personal growth path often want to meet someone else. But there are some people who aren't so much interested in that, and they may want to do some work to get ready and then continue not. It's fine. It's, you know, some of us, it's our hobby or our passion, okay? And some people would just rather, so some people come into therapy and stay and stay and stay as long as they're growing. Some people come in to do a piece of work, they feel better, and then they're done. And both ways are fine, okay? So if people are the kind of people like, oh, are not like you in our club of personal growth forever, okay? They may just want to do a piece of work done, get over that thing they're anxious about, and then they're much better equipped to meet the person that is going to be a good match for them. Be willing to face whatever in yourself is in the way of finding someone. So dating is like looking at yourself in a mirror after you have a hangover and having to see the ugly effects. Because dating is going to confront you with your stuff. Okay, I remember this one man saying, I'm going off this dating site because apparently I'm not the great catch I thought I was.
Did you say whatever in yourself doesn't want to find someone?
Be willing to face whatever in yourself is in the way of finding someone, okay? So maybe you have this baggage. Maybe you're not as kind. I had to realize I wasn't as kind as I aspired to be, okay? Maybe you need to clean up your house. Maybe you need to change this habit. Maybe you need to learn some better dating skills. Maybe you need to hire somebody to help you. Maybe whatever is in the way, but our egos are like, I'm already ready and I'm fine. And it's like dating is going to continually confront you with where you're not fine. Unless you're sitting around blaming everyone else. So I'll hear this from people too. It's like, there's no good men in Los Angeles. I'm like, there's 10 million people here. But they're blaming everyone outside themselves. Can't find any women. I have men who want to find women to have their children with. There's like, there's no women in Los Angeles that want to have children. I'm like, really? So you can do that. You can blame everyone outside yourself, or you can take it as an opportunity to say, 10 million people aren't wrong. I think there's something about myself that isn't loving enough to find somebody yet, and I want to fix that. What would it be like if you found a really loving relationship? Can you handle it? Or do you thrive on chaos? I was raised in a family where people yelled at each other all the time. In my first marriage, that's what I thought what you did. That seemed very normal to me. It didn't last. Isn't that a surprise? So maybe there's ways about being in a relationship that actually works that would because of our background would seem very odd to us. So there's a lot of things, there's a lot of potential if you're the kind of person who's into personal growth, where you can be shown things in the dating process instead of always getting hurt or deciding it's the other person's fault, to go, let me reflect on if that's something about me. This is why I say dating can be a spiritual path. That's why I call it Tantric Dating, because it's an opportunity to progress on your spiritual path of becoming a more loving person. You're gonna need to get some support to keep picking yourself up. So if you have a best friend that wants to talk to you on the phone all the time, that's great. I had that for a while. And the first best friend I had, we talked on the phone about all our dates. She found somebody after 3 months. There I was, 3 years later, still hadn't found anybody. And then I had another friend and we talked for a while. And then I finally hired a coach, and I had to have the accountability of going in every week and talking about, keeping me on track, because when you get shot down, or when you get rejected, or you experience rejection, or you just don't want to do it anymore because it gets really boring meeting people, you're like, I cannot meet another online person for coffee. Really need some support to keep going. Coaching is great help. We're gonna have a dating skills class and so on, or find a friend that's gonna do it with you. But alone, most of us are just gonna not put the effort in that's needed. We're just gonna go, well, my life's pretty good anyway. Most of us, our lives are pretty good. If we didn't find somebody, it would be okay. It's almost better if your life sucks, because then you're gonna really, really press on until you find somebody, right? So get the help that you need and really find that love.